Hi, I'm Julie from Raj Running, and I want to tell you why I should be a member of one of the 2012 Hood to Coast teams for Nuun. And I gave it a lot of thought as far as how can I tell you about myself. And I realized that the best way to show you how much running and fitness is a part of every aspect of my life is to show you my life. And that means I'm about to take you on a tour of my house to show you in its half clean, half unadulterated state how running just touches every aspect of me. So, let's go upstairs. Here we are upstairs in the spare room. And you can see on my jewelry case, it is my little balloon blanket from my first marathon, and that was the Niagara Falls International Marathon back in 2009. We have the spare bed and my not spare small dog. That's Emmy award-winning Say hi, Emily. She may seem small, but so do I, and we are both totally tough. Emily is a little mountain goat in disguise. Her favorite thing is to go out on the trails with me and beat me up the rocky, steep hills, looking at me saying, "Come on, Mom, what's taking so long?" And she sits upon a quilt from my grandma. This quilt is called Snail's Trails. And what's interesting about that quilt is that originally my grandma only had two of them. And she gave one to my uncle and one to me. And the one that she gave to my uncle, she said she made because he is a runner himself. He has completed 10 100-mile races and countless other races. In fact, when I called him when I started training for my marathon, he is the one that told me about Nuun. He said that it was the go-to thing. I definitely had to use it. And of course, I trusted everything he said. He seemed like an expert in my eyes. And he was right. I used Nuun, I used the cola version, and I fell in love. I actually started drinking it at work in place of pop. So he was right. And to this day, I thank him for that advice because it seems locally, not a lot of people had heard of it or were using it. And the more I talked about it, the more they gave it a try, which made me feel pretty awesome that they were listening to me. Here we are going into my room, the master suite. Woo! And in here we have the wall of hoodies. If this were to be called Hoodie to Coast, I would definitely be a shoo-in. The only exciting thing we've got on the dresser is this necklace that I designed for myself after my first 50K last fall. I was very, very proud of myself. I've only done the one, marathon, which was in 2009. Then I did the 50K in 2010. I did another 50K last summer. I was supposed to do two 50Ks last summer, but I actually ended up finding out I had a heart condition that fall. I was pulled from running for, how long? 4 months. And that's because I didn't have insurance, and the whole time I was told that I might have had a heart attack. So by the time I found out in February that I had Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, which isn't that serious, I'd already been down and out for the longest time. So I went in February for a stress test and an eventual EP study and an ablation, and it's phenomenal how different everything is. It used to be that my lungs would give out on me far before my body could when moving it around, but now it's just that the legs haven't gotten the memo that we're back to running yet. It's amazing that I can take steps, hills, all sorts of things without needing to catch my breath at all. So you'll need me on the team for that kind of stuff. This quilt on my bed is something I made of every race shirt in 2007 when I first started racing. Everything except for my tech shirts are part of this quilt. In fact, even some of them were cut up and put together to give it a proper dimension. I'm very proud of this quilt, and I'm glad that I will always have it to remind me of what I accomplished that first year. That first year, I not only completed all those races and then some. What got me into running is that I went to a health fair while I was driving a bus, and I had put on a significant amount of weight. And over the course of 3 months, they did this Biggest Loser style competition, and I lost around 50 pounds. And I competed in Relay for Life. I shouldn't say competed, participated in. And for 5 hours, I walked the track with 1 lap, being a quarter of a mile for this particular track. Every hour I ran. And I thought I was going to just die. It was so hard. And I realized a lot of people have it a lot harder than me. And if running, which is such a beautiful thing, is the hardest thing in my life, I'm a very, very lucky girl. And I've kept with that through various illnesses, the stress of being in school, working full time, everything. And all the beauty and hardships that come along with having passion for anything, let alone a sport, have followed me in the past 5-6 years. And I hope they'll continue to follow me for the next 50 years. This is also where the magic happens. This, my friends, is where Raj is created. And let's take a look at all the things that we do with Raj. What's this we? Me and the mouse in my pocket? We've got the website. Yay! We have Clout. I really have no idea what Clout is, I'm gonna be honest, but it entertains me to no degree that I get to interact with people and see my little score go up. We have Google+. We have Twitter. I love Twitter because I can use it on my phone, so it's so easy to talk to people during the day and keep up with what's going on. And I also love the Twitter parties. I've met a lot of great people through Twitter parties, and tweeting, I don't know how to say it, I just know how to do it, is definitely something I hope to keep up with during the relay to keep everyone informed of what's going on. We have YouTube. I love to make little videos, like I said, and put them up here to share with the world. I'm on LinkedIn for those that need a little bit more professional flavor. Daily Mile to track everything. I'm not sure why there's only 2 green spots right there. It must have me filtered because I've done a lot more than 2 green spots this week. Pinterest. Who doesn't love Pinterest right now? Holy goodness, is that site addicting. Facebook. Find me on Facebook. Like the new timeline now. I was fighting it for a while, but now I'm totally getting with it. Change is not always a bad thing. And, oh, you know, I've got my personal Facebook as well. And last but not least, the basement, where I have my lone elliptical. Like I said, I haven't been working out lately because I was injured. We do have weights and Thighmaster and stuff over in the corner. We've have this beautiful tote that normally sits in the back of my car. You can see that it is filled with all sorts of essentials for last minute running, last minute getting ready, yoga mats, exercise mats, foam roller. Oh, are those things evil. And the wall of medals. You can see that I really love to do what I do. I can't explain it any more than that. It's such a part of me. And for this year on my race calendar, I'm actually signed up for 100K in October, and that is Oil Creek on October 13th, which is my mom's birthday. So in a way, I am celebrating the life she has given me by completing what will be, to that date, one of the most amazing things I have brought myself through. And the Hood to Coast would be a perfect addition to my calendar this year because it's over the weekend of my sister's birthday. So I'd be able to give both of them the gift of making fun of me because they do not understand this at all, but they love how happy it makes me. Thanks for taking the tour with me and seeing my wonderful home and all the things that incorporate fitness into my life. I hope you got to know me a little bit better and you can see why I'd make such a great addition to the team, because this is something that's natural for me, it's something that's important for me. I hope that you will actually stop on over to Raj, which is Republic of Julie, a nickname my mom gave me when I was younger for living in my own world and having my own passions. And you'll see even more stories and photos and comments, testimonials of why I am who I am and how I am. And one of those things like the reading rainbow, don't take my word for it, but really do take my word for it. And I hope you'll consider me, more than consider me. I hope to get an email that says I've been chosen to be on this wonderful team. Thank you.